Alright, everyone. I don't currently see if anybody's here. Let's see. I have to put this off to the side. Go. This up here. Alright. Thanks. Alright. Alright. Can I break this off? Pop out chat. There we go. Oh, we're streaming now, baby. We're streaming now. Let's put this, where do we put this? Right here? That looks pretty good. I just have to make sure that I use this half of the screen, I guess, then. Alright, cool. Alright, all the bullshit's over. All the streams set up. I can't even see if people are actually in here either. If you're in here, you can chat and I'll know you're in here. Otherwise, I'm just going to pretend like nobody's here. Alright. So, this is the draft recap video for all those who came out to join. Okay, J. Roy's here, saying no one is here. Okay, well, I'll just keep talking like you're not here then. So, as you can probably see from my Excel sheet, I originally planned to do a breakdown of all the trades to see generally who might have won or come out on top. But yeah, I did not have the time to do that at all, unfortunately. And I wanted to get this video out before the beginning of the season. But, oh well. There were 9 total trades made. As of right now, that's all we're talking about. Is that there was just 9 total. What the fuck is happening here? Okay. Alright, little technical difficulties there. Little technical difficulties. Alright. Nothing to see here. So yeah, 9 total trades made. J-Roy and Cody were the first. And little couple notes there. Don't tell me this is going to be a letdown. Oh, come on. Just a couple technical difficulties in the middle here. But no, I don't think it's going to be a letdown, but I also don't want to keep anyone too long. So let's just go over to the actual draft notes, steals, questionable picks, and the awards and stuff of that nature, the reveal of the league vote of who voted for who to be bad and good. So we can start with the first one here, and you can see it before I actually reveal it. We had Lamar Jackson. So got Lamar Jackson all the way at the 111 for Payjack. That was, in my opinion, probably way too late for him to go with someone like AJ Brown going in front of him. Sorry, Corey. And yeah, I mean, just too late for him, in my opinion. Not too much else to say on it. The first questionable pick of the first round, though, as you can kind of see, we already touched on it for a second, is Travis Kelce and A.J. Brown. In a 2 QB league, going A.J. Brown on the first round is not ideal. And Corey said as much the second he made the pick. As far as Kelce, I already made this opinion prior to him even getting hurt. So my only problem with Kelce, I think he was a little reached for here in general, but uh, it just sets you in a completely win now mode when you draft Kelsey. From that point forward, you almost like have to just go for it because you just used your first round pick on a 34-year-old tight end. So it just keeps your window really small. I mean, unless you're so screwed, you trade him off to someone else during the year. But that would be a nightmare scenario. All right, who's up next? Next steal of the second round. We had Amon Ra and you guessed it, Garrett Wilson. I am fucking can't click for shit. All right. Yeah, so those two were no doubt the first two steals of the second round. They never should have got that far. I mean, I was surprised that CeeDee Lamb even fell to me at the time, at the 2-3. But the fact that Garrett Wilson and St. Brown went behind Bryce Young, Breece Hall, and McCaffrey is, I mean, and Deshaun Watson, to be honest. But Corey had to make that pick. We all understand that. But basically, yeah, it's criminal that they made it that far, and absolute steals for both Chris and Matt. Questionable pick of the second round. Deshaun Watson. I forgot what I even put here. That's funny. Yeah. I already called it out. I'm not gonna compound. Uh, let's see. All right. Third round, Barkley by J. Roy. Yeah, he got him at the 312. I mean, that's that's pretty crazy. I mean, I know we started the draft like I think it was like the 17th or something like that, and really like the running back situation wasn't like it wasn't like at its worst, but it wasn't at its best. Like I think Barkley was signed at this point for it. I think he was already signed for the year. So I think it's pretty surprising that, basically one of the best running backs in the league made it all the way to almost basically it would have made it to the fourth round if J. Roy decided to do so. But yeah, that's about it. Kyler drafted over Barkley. Good pick, Cody. Just laid it on thick. Cody's looking a little hurt. I didn't even put in questionable picks for the fourth round being like Cody's like cup or anything. I don't think, but I guess we'll find out. So no, round three it was Jonathan Taylor. As I said, I did this like a little while ago. So I was probably just like super biased about him just like basically pulling a Le'Veon Bell possibly. But in the long run, I'm sure he'll be okay. But just for like DMC Legacy's team at the moment, it's not ideal that your third round pick might sit out the whole year while not being injured. All right. But it was good value to be fair actually too. Yeah. Good note, me. Good note. It was decent value. All right. Questionable pick was George Pickens. Love George Pickens. I'm pretty high on Kenny Pickett this year, but at the same time, like George Pickens is like a physical beast, sig blocker, like highlight catch reel, guy can do it all. But like, it's just a tough situation for him over there in Pittsburgh with Deontay, Fryermuth, Najee, Warren, himself. There's just a lot of mouths to feed over there, and I just don't know if Kenny Pickett will be able to feed everyone every week. And I like everyone over there is pretty young, so I don't necessarily see that changing much anytime soon. I just think he's a little early there. When you're taking George Pickens before Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's like I don't want to say generational wide receiver, but like This guy is fucking disgusting. I would definitely be taking him over Pickens. As I stated during the draft when I said I was crying because he didn't fall to me. But I don't know. Pickens, Christian Watson, like Jordan Addison on a chance. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a ton behind him, but it also, I just thought it was a little early. Okay. Round 4. Oh, I revealed the bad pick before the good pick. What is the good pick? Nigba and Jacobs. Yeah, I think, yeah, this makes sense. Nigba, I like, normally in most Dynasty drafts, he goes early round 4 to like late round 3. Um, even if you're scared of the injury, like he was just a really good value in that round. Same thing with Josh Jacobs. I think similar of him to Barkley, where it's just probably wasn't a good time necessarily to think about drafting Josh Jacobs, but like then he signed his. I think Josh Jacobs signed his deal after this draft, if I remember correctly, like this round of the draft, and so that ended up working out like really well because he's probably gonna do like one more year in Vegas and then probably head elsewhere, and I'm sure he'll do pretty well for himself. So he's a really quality back, and I think like late 4th is just a little too late for him. Let's see, let's go to the round 5 good guy first here. Okay. Javonte Williams. Okay, who do we have there? Pink Floyd. So Pink Floyd got Javonte all the way at the 5-6, and I just thought that was a really good value for him since guy had a lot of hype coming out, played really well in his short stint in his rookie year. Sean Payton's coming in. It's going to be a much more dynamic offense. Hopefully they'll fix Russell Wilson because he sucks, even though he's on my team. But I hope that it ends up working out. But he's young, and like all he like people like Samaje Perine's great in redraft, but like let's be fucking honest. Like Samaje Perine is not a long-term option as a backup, and Javonte is going to run this backfield. Especially, it usually takes about a year after your ACL tear to like get back to full speed. Like even though he's had a miracle recovery, like I hope he can get through the season injury free. But if he can make it injury free into his second season, he's going to be just back to normal. So that's a really good pick at the round 5-6, I think, right there. I mean, he was after Hawkinson. Like, I like Hawkinson, but Addison, a little bit more speculative. Running back is a little bit more where you wanted to go in these earlier rounds because the quality falls off drastically, even though they are not valued highly in the NFL. Their turnover is much higher. They still, like, the top end versus the bottom end is still kind of, as much as the NFL would like to tell you that it's not a big deal, it kind of is a big deal. It's a big difference. All right, let's see. Round 5. Quentin Johnson. I'm just bashing myself here. So for Quentin Johnson, basically, I'm pretty sure I just got sniped, running back sniped here. I was originally between like Pierce, Chubb, Henry, Pollard, all those guys, and I was basically gonna draft Pollard, but I already had CeeDee Lamb, and I didn't really. I just figured I'd go with the younger option. Um, he plays for the Chargers. Couldn't even tell who Quentin Johnson plays for. He plays for the Chargers. I think he's currently like their 3rd or 4th wide receiver. But yes, I got running back sniped. Because I wanted either Chubb or Henry, ideally, to fall to me, and then he just got both of them after already drafting Bijan, which I was not expecting. But yeah, no, the justification behind the pick is that one, he's got Herbert. 2, Keenan Allen's old as hell and always gets injured all the time, so he's gonna have time in his rookie year to show out. He was a 1st-round pick. Mike Williams is on the last year of his contract. And with the way he's constantly injured, I would not be surprised if they either re-sign him and Keenan retires, or they get rid of both of them and he has like a wide open path to wide receiver one. So it's more of a speculative like forward pick, but I kind of like just got RB sniped and kind of had to. I was busy at work and I just made like a quick decision. All right. So round 6. Stroud. Stroud, that motherfucker. There we go. Let's show Stroud. Oh my god. Oh, technical difficulties. All right, there we go. I want to show the chat, so hopefully people. I actually people are not gonna be able to read this for shit, huh? Probably not. But basically, C.J. Stroud was undoubtedly the steal of the 6. I think in dynasty leagues, he's usually like a round 3, like early round 4 player. But everyone fucking hates the Texans. So yeah, I think that's why he fell so far. But yeah, basically, it's just a really good pick. Second QB, getting it at the 6th. Your second QB in the 6th round, and he's like that young. It's a good setup to be in. Payjack is, I believe, calling me out here. He's saying fact check on Keenan Allen durability record, 88 out of 97 games in the past 6 years. That doesn't sound right. Stroud doesn't have a brain, unfortunately. Oh, that's why he fell to the 6th round. Oh, I got it. Okay. I probably just didn't put that into my analysis when I decided to make these decisions. That's my bad. 4th or 6th round questionable pick is Rachaad White. This is for Mike Aarons, I believe. Yeah, Mike Aarons. Rachaad White, I mean, he's young, but at the same time, like the Bucks are going through like a complete rebuild. They just drafted Sean Tucker. Like originally, White was just like all the hype about him was that he was gonna be 3 down back. He's getting all the work. Leonard Fournette gone, like it's just all him. And he had like a couple good games last year. Like I'm not a big fan of his talent personally, and there's already reports coming out of camp that Sean Tucker's already cutting into his work. So, yeah, I kind of don't like him when he's sandwiched between James Cook and Ramondre Stevenson. Like Miles Sanders, Cam Akers, I just kind of like all those running backs more than Rachaad White personally. All right, so I went through the 7th and 8th, and I didn't think anybody was like necessarily a steal. Like I kind of maybe was reaching for these last 3 just so I could make it to the 10th round, but I'll give you the reasoning. The In the 8th, I liked the Pickett and Love connection here. 8-5 and 8-6 for Chris and Mike Aarons. Like I said, I'm a decent. Like I'm pretty. Oh no, wait, this is actually Cody Blake's pick. Oh fuck. Kenny Pickett. He's actually, yeah. I got nothing good to say about him now. Actually, I think he's. I don't know. Now I'm rethinking everything. But in all honesty, yeah, like he's looked unbelievable in the preseason. Can't deny that. And like I said, he's just got weapons around him. Like he's set up to do well, even with his small hands. Jordan Love. Uh, yeah, I like Jordan Love. I've seen what we've seen in the preseason. He's looked pretty good too. He's got young weapons around him, but like, you know, who knows what that offense is gonna look like. I'm personally a believer that Green Bay, they know how to draft wide receivers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they know how to draft wide receivers. No, that's actually what they don't do at all. They know how to draft quarterbacks in the first. Even though Favre was not drafted by the Packers, he was drafted by the Falcons. They identified him as a Hall of Fame quarterback. Then they drafted Aaron Rodgers as a Hall of Fame quarterback. Then while Aaron Rodgers was still on the team and begging for a wide receiver, they moved up to draft a quarterback behind him, and that is Jordan Love. So you got to think he must be not that bad, right? He's got to be good. We got what is the chat saying here? We had to get another QB after wasting a pick on Kyler. A listener wanted me to tell you Cooper Kupp was the worst pick of the draft. Worst pick of the draft, Cooper Kupp or Kyler Murray, can't decide. Okay. All right. We're not going there immediately. I don't think I chose a top overall worst pick. I mean, I could maybe do it on the spot. Well, I figured that's the listener. Okay. So here we go. Ninth round, Dalvin Cook, Rashid Rice. Like I'm just starting to mix these together because like it's kind of just really opinionated. But like I'm probably just higher on Dalvin Cook than most people, and I think that like he's gonna go with the Jets on his 1 year contract, probably show out as long as his shoulder stays together. Like he had surgery on it in the off season, so the odds are like I'm hoping that he would make it through the season. Come off that, and I think he'd probably move to different lands because Brees Hall will be a year removed from the ACL. Dalvin's just doing his 1 year running back contract, and then is probably going to look with all the other running backs in the offseason to create a mini running back union and overthrow the NFL warlords and try to get himself a like 3 year like 10 million per deal or something. Like I think that's what these guys want, like 15 million. And I think they're fucking idiots. Okay, that's not happening. But yeah, so I think he's good. Oh, I didn't even touch on Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice, basically, my opinion, just one of the options in KC could show early between him, Sky Moore, with Kelsey possibly missing a week or two. One of those, either Rice, Sky Moore, or Kadarius Toney can establish themselves here as like a go-to option for Mahomes, ideally. I mean, who's my last one? I think my last one. Yeah, my last one is Tony. Yeah, my last one's Tony. Him and his violin hamstrings. Violin string hamstrings, dude. Like, if he could stay healthy, I bet he'd be just disgusting. And so I'm just saying, like, this late in the draft, Rashid Rice and Tony are just pretty good value if one of them can make it happen. Like, in the best offense in the world with the best quarterback for the next probably like 5 to 6 years or more. Okay. Now we're gonna move it over here and we're gonna get to some of the awards and voting here. Okay. So let's see. Let's just erase all this shit so it's not in the way. Okay. So we got we're gonna do some awards here. I only picked a few. Like I said, like I wish I had more time. I would have probably done a couple more awards and stuff. But for now, this is what we got, and we got Mr. Move Up, aka the person who ended up moving up in the draft the most to try to get. Where's the Mr. Moose Award? I don't even know who would be. You would be the Mr. Moose Award, sir. Um, Mr. Move Up is Cody. Surprise, surprise. He's moving up for Kenneth Walker and other people that everyone just kind of razzed him for. I don't even I don't even know where to look in this fucking nightmarish trade hell that became our draft with everyone freaking just trading like 6 picks a time. That was half the reason why I couldn't even do like the trade analysis because there was just freaking every trade was like 9 picks. Okay. The the next award is the Chaotic Neutral Award, which goes to Pajak for the Mingo pick. Congrats to him, everybody. Yes, he threw the draft into complete chaos because he felt like it. Chaotic Neutral Award for the Mega Weenie Mites. Agrees to a trade, then takes Mingo with the pick that he was trading. And then Mingo fell to him anyway the next round. So it was just an absolute menace move. Just a menace move. All right, so next we got the Pedo Award. Uh-oh. Who's got this one? Everybody look out. This is a case coming. It's Chris. And it's not for what you maybe think it is. It's just for the youngest average age of their team. He has the youngest team out of anyone in the division. Yes, I did not go through everybody's players and do the math on everything. This was a complete eyeball, but it is the right eyeball, and I know I'm right. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Do all the calculations. All right, next award. Everyone, I'm sure, is dying to know what this one is, and I got you guys on the edge of your seats with this one. I'm not going to put it in there so people might be able to see it at the top this time. Now I'm using my brain. Big moves. Slowest drafter was everyone not named Notario, J-Roy, Pink Floyd, Kick Punts, and Mike Aarons because he turned on auto pick. Everyone else, you never let us know what the fuck is going on in your life, and you would take 2 to 3 hours of complete radio silence or more. So you all deserve it. Cody will deserve worst, most slowest pick. Making that award up myself right now for the 3-hour pick for Jalen Hurts. That deserves honorable mention. All right. Let's see. I'm just reading the chat here. We got some laughs at everyone getting it. We got get them. Low-key, Chris was slow AF. Pajak is saying, I have receipts. All right. Yes, I am controlling the narrative. All right. Next award was the Church Mouse Award. The Church Mouse Award went to Mike Air. No, it wasn't Mike Aarons. That's right. It was Allied, Andy, and Rough Riders for the least amount of league chatter during the draft. No, I did not go through the logs to check this. Again, I eyeballed it, but I'm almost certain that it was these two. So you guys, you're like a bunch of... Yeah, DW is Rough Riders. You said DW was quiet too. Yes. That is why he deserves the award. All right. Yeah, by the way, I'm probably going to try to go by everyone's names. That was there before. I think it's like this. By everyone's names and not their actual names. Their team names. Let's see. Okay, so we had the Early Quitter Award. The Early Quitter Award, I have a feeling people are going to know who this one is. It's Mike Aarons. He was the first one to quit and turn on auto pick for multiple rounds. Will we say he's an early quitter because he had to take a plane ride? Maybe. If you want that to be the narrative, I'll let you decide. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he turned it on at like pick 20 for the most of the rest of the draft. So that's why Mike deserves that one. All right. I like these last two. he was the hero of the draft for going on auto pick. Yeah, that's why I shouted him out in not the slowest drafter award, or by not putting him in the slowest drafter award category. That's why he's there. He took a lot of time with picks at times, but he's there because he turned on auto pick and kept turning it on. I know a lot of people did that, but I thought he did a good job of it. The last two, like I said, I like these awards because I was just genuinely curious to see what people's situations looked like, and there were some pretty funny results. So, tight end hair award is on Stroud 9, aka M Notario. We'll do this on Stroud 9. He has 2 total tight ends. 2. He has Kyle Pitts and Dalton Schultz. My man said, I have the utmost faith in Kyle Pitts, and I don't need anybody else. If he goes down, I want the team to go down with him. So either that or he's got to get Dalton Schultz, who's on a 1-year contract. I don't even know if he's going to be in the NFL next year. So we'll see. We'll see where that lands him, if he has to trade for something or if he gets going on that in the rookie draft. But let's see. The last one, yes, not Matt. He's not the even though he is the tight end hater, he has 2 startable tight ends. He has 2 startable tight ends. What? Okay, Nataria, what are we getting? Some pushback here. He'd like to comment on the fact that he has 2 tight ends. Okay, what is your comment? I will read it out loud. Dalton Schultz is young and nasty. He is also on a 1-year contract. I think he's 27. He's 27. Number 1 option in the offense. Oh, I forgot, dude. I forgot you believe in the Texans. Oh, dude, that's adorable. That's adorable. You believe in the Texans. Dalton Schultz. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player. He like I have him in another league, but at the same time, yeah, you only have 2 tight ends. Yeah, he does have the stack. He's a huge believer. Huge believer. All right, on to the next one. Do you have a starting tight end award? If you can believe it, there's somehow someone in a tight end premium league with 34 rounds of draft picks that might not actually have a starting tight end. It's Mike Aarons. It's Mike Aarons. If you haven't seen Mike Aaron's team, you might just do yourself a favor and go look. Go look at his tight end situation. He is currently starting. Who is this? Who is this guy? Granson. Kylan Granson. He's playing in the preseason and catching 2 passes. That's all I have to say about the fact that he's starting Kylan Granson in an actual game. I believe it's pronounced grandson. Oh, okay. I still don't know what the fuck his name is. Like, even after that. Okay. So, that's all the awards. Feel free to type in chat, the league chat, with any awards you might want to give someone. Don't get nasty about it, but you can throw a few jabs if you want. And we're going to move here. Oh, God. Technical difficulties. Oh. Technical difficulties. Alright. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was moving us to, the league vote winner. And also, I put in the matchup of week 1 for the league for what I believe is the match of the week. Okay. How does this look on the stream? How bad does it look? Oh. What the fuck is happening? So can you see league favorites and least favorite? Hey, dude, I will not. I don't care if you shit talk my streaming bullshit. I do not care. It's a fucking mess. I know. Okay, good. Like, this is scuffed as hell, you know? I admit that fully. I said I wanted to put more effort into it, but this is scuffed. Alright. So, actually, let's start with, alright, we'll start with the league favorite. So, I wish I could fucking. What the fuck am I doing? No, all my shit. Where's my background? Alright, I'm gonna do this. Who is it? Bang! It's J-Roy. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now, Matt. The league favorite for the vote was J-Roy. I don't think everyone voted, but I think J-Roy won by like a large amount. Like at least like 2 or 3 votes. Probably just because his team is like Mixon. He's got 2 good starting running backs in Mixon, Barkley. He's got Mahomes, obviously. He's got 3 good starting wide receivers. And I don't even remember who he has for a tight end immediately off the top of my head. I'll go on my phone and look. Let's see. He has a horrible name. Oh, just kidding. He's got Goddard. Okay, yeah. Solid, like probably like top 6 tight enders on Robinson, Brown. All he's really missing is like a young like secondary quarterback for the most part. He got Alvin Kamara. Like, it's pretty understandable why with the assets that he has. People were saying he's got Wilson, Dobbs. Like, fuck Tim Tebow. The fact that Tim Tebow is listed as a tight end, that's hilarious. But fuck Tim Tebow. But yeah, he got voted the best team, and I think we all know why. It makes sense. Anyone get honorable mention for favorites? No, actually, absolutely not. It was basically just J-Roy. Like, there was like a couple votes thrown like a couple ways, but at the same time, like, oh my god, yo, I'm a genius. I'm a genius for this. Okay, so on to the coveted least favorite award. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Is it Mike Aarons, who doesn't have a starting tight end? Is it Cody Blake with Cooper Kupp? No. It's DMC Legacy. DMC Legacy ended up getting the least favorite voted award. And I'm pretty sure the reason for that is because he didn't end up taking a quarterback until I think round 7. Round 7? And then I think his second quarterback was like round 9. Something like that in what is a super flex league. And on top of that, he drafted JT, which is not very good for this year. Let's just be honest. Like, this guy could just pull Le'Veon Bell, just sit out the whole year. And I looked at his team, like, and I was like, how did the guy that took no quarterbacks until like the 7th round, how is he starting 2 tight ends? He's starting Hawkinson and Fryermuth. Like, granted, those are 2 good tight ends, but like, you really didn't have like another option. I mean, you got Taylor, who when he comes back, Damian Harris. I like Josh Downs. Yeah, I guess none of those might overtake Fryermuth, but that's what I mean. Like, you're starting Fryermuth in a Superflex league with 3 with no quarterbacks taken in the 7th. So yeah, that's it. I think a lot of people felt the same about that. I will give an honorable mention for the least favorite, though. There was an honorable mention least favorite who was close to losing. Yes, there is another L to be handed out here. It was the Mega Weenie Mites. The Mega Weenie Mites. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Yeah, Payjack was close. In the voting for the lowest or the worst team. Uh, pro- let's go back to why that is. Probably his first wide receiver. Like, I like Christian Watson, but like him being your first wide receiver was probably the main reason I think why a lot of people didn't like it. This is Minka related slander. I mean, is it? Is it? It possibly is. But at the same time, yeah, I think that was probably like really the main reason. I think a lot of people just I think a lot of people don't like Lamar. Like I said, he fell to like the 11th, and I personally think he's going to be just fine. And like I said, Christian Watson probably being your first wide receiver is probably not ideal comparative to some other teams. And oh yeah, your second QB was Anthony Richardson. Like I think he's just speculative, and nobody knows what he's going to be yet. So people are probably going to hold that against you. Which leads me to my week 1 matchup of the week. Tita, 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 tita. It's the Mega Weenie Mites versus the Sun God Supremacists. Yup. Yep, that's right. I picked Payjack's team, the Mega Weenie Mites, to be the matchup of the week because I want to see. They're pretty closely related in projections, and I want to see if the people who ended up hating on his team end up being shut up week 1 when he possibly beats Chris, who in my opinion has one of the really good teams of the league. So that is my week 1 matchup of the week. You said I reject being week 1 game of the week. I should be the 10 a.m. game. Nah, man. Nah, you're the matchup of the week. I want you to show them haters. Show them haters that your team is better than the team starting 2 tight ends, one starting Kellen Grant. I don't even fucking know what that guy's name is. He's ass. Let's be real. And I don't even know. Yeah, like not calling anyone's teams out there, but like at the same time, like I just think that there's a possibility of an upset here, and I'm gonna be staying tuned. But as of right now, I think that's we'll keep it to like 45 minutes here. I think that was pretty good. Probably even longer than I thought it was gonna be. But that was the draft recap, the scuffed draft recap. Yeah, yeah, the scuffed draft recap, and that's how we're gonna end it. Perfect.